I know.
Don't hold me accountable for what he says. He's a jerk and I know it. That's why I haven't talked to him. If you could get past next week. Think about it. Next week when I'm gone, it'll be 8 people. So 4 people to go to the final 4.
Well, that's like, well, next week there'll be 6 people playing for it.
Yeah.
And it'll be 3 against 2 pretty much, because Aaron Burr doesn't count.
She's a fucking waste of life.
I told Jen when you walked in and you're like, can I come in here? I told her, I said, I'm telling you how I feel. You can take it as you want. I don't know how close you are with people in the house, but personally I get the feeling that we're pretty much in the same boat, you know, that we're kind of on the outskirts and, you know, we feel like we don't really fit in and nobody really particularly likes us. I said, I'm telling you this, and this is my honest word, is that for the rest of this game, I have your back.
Eric, please go to the diary room.
It's just annoying because I don't know. I know it's a game. I know I don't like anyone in here, but even just hanging out with Jen, I still don't particularly like her, and I just feel fake, you know?
I know.
And even as much as, like, to be honest, you know, yeah, I don't hate her as much as I hated her before, because it's...
Well, you called it and I called it both. You know, I think one of the first few days I was in here, I went into... and was just saying, you know, it's got to be her insecurities. It's just a total cover-up of her insecurities and blah, blah, blah.
I know, but at the same time, like, I don't hate her as much as I used to, but, you know, yeah, she doesn't bug me nearly as much as she used to. I told you, you know, she doesn't talk about herself nearly as much as she used to, but...
It's not stop before.
But the things that she's done to me and the things that she said to me, like, they're still there, and I still, like...
Just remember, it was all directed at me. Just like Jamaica.
I know, but it still shows the person that she is.
Well, the same thing with Jamaica. She calls my mom, your grandmother, a bitch. I mean, how ridiculous is that? It's so ridiculous. It's so laughable. You can't even, like, I laughed in her face. I couldn't even, I'm like, I go up to the camera, I'm like, did you hear that? I mean, she's talking about my mother, the ordained minister. This is a good Christian here. You're setting a great example for all Christians around the country. And I sat there and I applauded her. I'm like, bravo. And I know you don't like me talking about that, but she is and I went to Amber and I go, and when did you find God? When you got off of drugs? And she's like, yes. I'm like, how did I know that? You're so typical. You're so predictable.
Has anyone ever been on any of the seasons who's actually been, like, a real Christian? Like, honestly?
I don't know.
I can't think of any.
All of them.
And even, remember...
The easiest thing to point out is, and no offense, but the easiest thing to point out is, excuse me, are you married? No. Are you fucking people? Yes. Sorry, isn't that one of, like, the 10 commandments? Isn't that, like, one of the 10 things that you're not supposed to do? And then the Christians that used to work brunch because of the big money at brunch at the Ritz-Carlton, I used to laugh at. And it's just like, that you're supposed to take Sunday off, you know? Everybody bends it to what they want. Just like Jamaica did with the magic ping pong ball, and then all of a sudden, I didn't pray enough. I pointed that out too, and she was like going crazy. She's sitting there going, she's like looking past me going, I love you, I love you, I love you, and I get in her eye shot, and I go, I love you too. When are we going to go hang out? Maybe we can find your husband. She got so mad when I said, wait until you see my DRs about you.
Man, if you were not on my side, I'd kill myself. I would definitely VE.
I knew that I couldn't keep up like I was, and this was the week that I was planning on just like chilling out if they weren't lying, which obviously they were. But oh well, so what? So I'm on the bottom underneath Carol. What do I care? Do I really? No, I really don't give a shit. And I guarantee you, there's a lot of people that love me because I'm like I am. The craziest. I'm going to have the craziest people.
The other jerks in the world.
Yeah, exactly.